Uh, oh goodness, I will have to
That's
make
getting
sure I
edited
edit
out.
this. I'm gonna be sure to edit that out. We're not insured, okay?
Sorry.
uh,
I'm a little bit bitter. Sorry.
hmm
My bad.
That was Reese that said that, I think,
Yeah,
right? It was
yeah.
Reese.
Reese, you stop that.
No! No! Set the football
Oh,
tables!
boy. So why did my computer just okay? It just zoomed in like insane. Anyways, I'll just live with it. I did, try to figure out VIFP stuff. This is kind of cool. I have a bunch of VIFP offers.
Nice.
So would I like to go to Australia for $177? Heck yeah. Can I
Ooh.
afford to fly to Australia? Heck no.
If you'd
But
stop all your goodwill nonsense, you probably
I
could.
probably could.
I
But
think you need to make some decisions. You need
what
to
would I do
prioritize
without NBA 2K10?
a lot. I feel like you do a lot.
I know. I probably could. This is really funny.
Wow.
But
I
uh,
mean, wow.
I don't know. I've only okay. So my trips on the Facebook have been, oh, I should post this, and so I go and post it, and then I get off Facebook. So that was me this morning posting my randomness for over here at my dry erase board.
So what you're saying is you posted something for engagement and then
hmm
fled,
And then fled, ran to the hills. I don't
ran.
look at anyone's status
Zero
updates
actual engagement occurring.
except my papa. My dear papa, I actually
Dear,
read his
dear
statuses.
Papa.
Yeah, my dear papa, and I love him dearly. And so I want him to know that I read all of his statuses because I am the
Bullshit.
grandson.
Bullshit.
So
God.
he posted some
Bullshit.
really interesting content. You should follow my dad, actually, Paul Shelby. He posted a whole thing about the White Pass rail line over in Alaska, which I was on, but he's been on multiple times because he is awesome. So he listed all this really neat information about it. So really cool. Love you, Dad. So this comes out, Father's Day tomorrow. So, I'm just throwing that out there.
Gosh, I feel so much pressure. I
Yeah.
love you, Dad. Not on Facebook or any social media, and you'll never hear this podcast, but just
Yeah.
know.
Well, at least y'all's dads are still alive.
Oh,
Wow.
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 I mean, I can't help
But
it. My dad died 20 years
on
ago.
trying to come up with it. But you could be playing NBA 2K. I don't know. Yeah, I give up. I have too many NBA games. So, with that being said, well, how have you guys been? I've missed you guys so much. It has been I went on this Alaskan cruise and I was
Yada,
so
yada,
sad the whole
yada.
time. All I did
Just
was just
Yada,
cry.
yada,
I
yada,
say,
yeah.
"Where's my Jen and Tom? Oh, I miss them so." That was the
Yada,
whole
yada,
time. Whole
yada,
time.
yada.
People got sick of it. They wouldn't even talk to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Huh.
hmm
Considering we did a show last week. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know we did, but I was half awake during that show, so I will tell you that
why?
that episode won't be on our greatest hits.
I mean, it is the first time in a while we actually went to time.
Yeah, it is. But man, what have you guys been up to? You've been doing anything fun or interesting or
Um,
I went to Alaska.
I have a concert Friday this coming. Not yesterday. Whenever
hmm
this comes out on Friday or on Saturday. So yesterday, I have a concert. Yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Jen,
I don't have a
anything?
concert. We're doing summer vacation for the youngin, but for the adults everything remains the same. So I've got a 12-year-old holding down the couch at home and just living their best life with their video games
Oh,
while I go to work.
I will
womp
But
be
womp.
womp
over the
womp.
next few days. I'm going to be listening to all of my Beach Boy albums on repeat
Ooh.
while I mourn the death of Brian Wilson.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah.
Well, I that might be in my future as well. How about that? Um,
Death or Brian Wilson?
Yeah.
both. I don't
We
know. Hey, at some point in my future,
on a long enough timeline.
I don't control that, but I'll be listening to the Beach Boys. That'd be fun. I do love me some Beach Boys. So, man, I don't know. So, we got back and it's been an interesting week so far. Oklahoma is really interesting with all the rain and all the stuff we've been going through.
Yeah,
It
we're about to get rain
can't seem
here.
to can't seem to win there. Yeah, it's about to rain here as well. Again, I don't
First
know.
time in like a decade we haven't been in a drought. I mean,
Yeah, this is
Wow.
this is ridiculous with the amount of rain we've been getting. But I guess it's good for some things. But I will say that I was on the back property and we were, kind of wading through everything. It's so deep with all the mud and everything. But on the back 40, there was some baby deers out there. And so I was able to see them and I'm very excited that the deer have returned.
you live
So
on a quarter acre. How in the world do you have a back porch?
I did that on the back 40. I don't know.
The
I
back
miss
fourth.
2 of life sometimes. So
I
I can embellish a little.
embellish. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, considering you're saying you got 40 acres in your
Yeah,
backyard.
40 feet, whatever. I didn't say what it was.
I mean, you should say, the back quarter.
We did have deer nearby, I'll put it that way. Yeah. I don't know. Could have been within 40 acres. So, but we also had a coyote, which is kind of crazy because where I live, it's kind of interesting to see. But
Semi in the city and a coyote is semi in the city.
I can't hear you. You've
I said you live semi in the city. So having a coyote.
your audio just went bonkers on my end. I don't. Jen, can you
Yeah,
hear it?
it sounds like you're underwater.
Really?
Well,
Oh,
now that's better.
That sounded good.
I
Sounded
got-
good.
Really? Like
No,
this?
you sound better.
Huh? Really? So I need to sit back here then.
You sound good there. So
Okay, well, I guess I'm sitting back.
yeah, sit way back there. Keep going.
Oh,
Keep going further.
Go to your
Back.
kitchen.
Go in the kitchen.
I can almost do it. Can almost do it.
You almost got it, man. Oh man. But I had one thing this week I wanted to talk about. This was interesting because I've seen a few people posting this on Facebook, and I did see it on notes of things that we were going to be talking about maybe in a previous week, but maybe those episodes
I
didn't
mean
happen
that those notes haven't been updated in a month.
in a while. But I did want to bring this up because I saw it the other day, and I see more and more happening. People that are on social media posting things about sneaking alcohol on,
Oh,
doing all kinds of things, and they're posting it on social media, and they're getting the letter that is like, hey, we saw your video, you're no longer welcome. So yeah,
you have a
I
lifetime
imagine
ban.
yeah
You're like-
I'm
And then they're saying, oh, they're money grubbing. They just want our money. Well, yeah, they want your money.
Hmm. Yeah, I totally get it because the it's their rules. You got to follow the rules, but I also think I I like that Carnival is kind of like right now they're just kind of like mess around and find out.
Yeah.
So that's I think they've made some examples, and I applaud them on some of that. But as a warning, if then a lot of these people I don't even think are like content creators. They're just like,
They're
I'm
just
going on
going
a
on
ship.
TikTok. And
like, man, here's me on the ship, and look what I was able to do. And
hey,
yeah,
look what I
so
got past the drug dog.
hmm
Well, some of them, I mean, there's people that sneak in like the little things, but then you
yeah,
had that person who's like had the fake pregnant belly. I
I didn't
mean,
see that one.
What? I
Oh
didn't
my
see
goodness.
that.
I'll have to find it. Yeah, there's pictures of that or video of them like taking pictures, like the board and the holding the,
Oh,
and then like it's got a spigot. And
wow.
I mean, I feel like that is so blatant,
Hmm.
you know?
Yes. Yeah. No, that
Well,
really is.
I read that one lady, the one that sparked what I saw of it was, she was sneaking on liquor, and then she went back and said, "Oh, it wasn't liquor, and it wasn't even on the cruise.
Uh-huh.
They can
Yeah.
tell their cabins." So,
Hmm. I yeah. Yeah, you could make up all the excuses you want. I mean, they're not just willy nilly doing it. I mean, they're looking into it and they're finding out. But I mean, I think they've got. I think, and this may or not be the case, but from reading the emails and seeing the signature on there of like who's doing it, um, it looks like they've got somebody like a compliance type officer that is making sure like they're reviewing this footage
yeah.
and kind of processing through there. So that I think that's pretty interesting. Might be something worth checking out. Sorry, I got thrown off. There was something touching my neck and it scared me. So
Well, I
Megan,
mean, you
no,
moved
no, I was like,
you moved
ah.
your office, so and I hear your dog in the background. So I mean,
Not many of the. He's here, but he's sleeping somewhere. Oh, here he is. And
yeah,
now you're going to hear him.
here he is. Look at the boy. Look at the boy. He's just over there sleeping.
You might be hearing my dog. He decided as soon as I logged on to this that he was having an existential crisis.
Wow, that happens.
Yes.
especially when you take your dog to work.
Hmm.
Kooky Californians.
Hmm.
Hey, that's awesome though. I wish that we had pets at our job. I really do. It would be really cool. Plus, I know that my sisters would absolutely adore it because they do not leave their dogs at home alone, and so they have like a dog babysitter. So they would just probably be in the office all the time if they could bring their dogs.
See, we couldn't have. I mean, I work in insurance, so I mean, could you imagine me entering an insurance and someone's cat runs over my keyboard, and then their benefits say, you know, such and such drug, some sort of gibberish because a cat ran through my over my keyboard. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that would be pretty good. But I love cats, so I would be so forgiving and be like, "Oh, that's so funny." So
Until your cat licks your eyeball.
whatever. Yeah, I to be so blessed.
To have your eyeball licked?
I had one of my last cat licked my damn eyeball.
Oh God.
I believe that. But I mean, I've got 4 cats. They will do weird
Hmm.
things, but I'm just not seeing that as a blessing. I'm seeing that as like an infection.
It is a blessing. Okay. Actually, I know this isn't not a cat podcast, but
But it
Megan
is
stays
now.
up late. Yeah, Megan stays up late, and so I keep enticing her to come to the bedroom at night. And when I say at night, I'm like at 8:30 p.m. when I'm trying to sleep, and I'm just like, oh, she needs to come to bed too.
I want
And
to hear how
so,
you entice Megan into
so
the
I entice
bedroom.
her with tellings of things going on in the bedroom. I always tell her that Kitty Spears has come by,
Oh,
and
baby, baby.
yes, one night only in the bedroom, it says. And then it says, pet me human one more time. So I have Kitty Spears. I always try to entice her with that one, or Kitty Aguilera. Um, Princess Di Kitty comes by sometimes, you know.
You got any
But
like Tomcat Momoa? Because that
I don't. I
might work
don't. So that
better
might be. Yeah, that might work better. But that would be weird. No, like
for you.
yeah, it would be. But
This took a strange turn.
it
A
did.
little bit, little bit, little bit.
Did you
Anyway,
smuggle in alcohol before recording?
I
He may have. I mean,
I did not. I'm just really happy. I'm
it
going to be
wouldn't be the
playing
first time
Star
you've
Wars:
recorded.
Shadow of the Empire.
It wouldn't be the first time you've recorded drunk. I mean,
It wouldn't. But I just got off work, so you know
And
that's true. Oh goodness me. Well, I saw other things in the in that document that we have.
boy,
Man,
did you.
boy, if I knew what they were, I'd have a segue for you, a good one, because I'm
Well,
known for good segues.
have either of you sailed the Carnival Valor?
Ooh, yes.
no.
Well, maybe you want to now because the Valor is back from dry dock with significant
Ooh.
upgrades.
Is it still
It,
going out of New Orleans?
look, I was ready to talk about the water slides. I didn't get,
Who's the
I don't,
cruise director?
Yeah.
look, I'm just saying it's got water slides now.
What's the
And
captain's name
the milk
again?
bar, your mom. That's
That's wild.
Come
I
on,
wouldn't
Jen. You've
want
been on
her.
the show almost a year. Come
She
on.
should not be driving any boats. Okay. I'm just put my foot down, Mom. It's really funny. Okay, but go ahead. Tell us about these water slides.
it's got the Waterworks Aqua Park.
What?
No
Yeah.
That's so
way.
cool.
That's a family favorite for
It
my
is.
squad. Yeah. Um, let's see. Also, here is Tribute Bar and Lounge. The casino was refreshed and expanded for new gaming options for all you gambling fiends out there. And they have a Cloud9 spa now.
No one cares
Okay.
about the
Yeah,
spa.
nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they had a very outdated spa. So they had a spa, but they didn't even bother selling the thermal passes and stuff because all of their stuff was like so small. So like if there were 5 people in some of those saunas, you were getting to know them pretty well. So I mean, it wasn't great, but I will say that that's exciting. So that's good.
Yeah.
I I here's a Carnival Cruising Podcastaways tip of the week.
Pew,
Uh,
pew, pew.
that's a thing. So the best time to be at the water works is on your first day, the day the ship is just about to leave port, and they blow that horn for the very first time. you hear a sea of children start screaming and crying all at the same time. It is wonderful. I've never laughed so hard.
I have never,
That's exactly
never
how.
seen that, but I've never sailed any out of a place where it was too cold. No one would be there
Yeah,
to stay.
yeah, yeah. No, it was hilarious. So that might have been. Was I on the Valor when I went out of New Orleans? I don't remember. I think I was. And that was, I believe, well, no, it wasn't the Valor, was it? Because they just got the Waterworks. It was somewhere, it was recent. Might have been the Venetia. So, but, you know,
Yeah.
Venetia.
Dead air.
Anyways,
Anyways,
Yeah. So
what, and speaking of dead air, Tom, what do you have?
I got nothing.
Oh, come on.
I got some fake news that
Oh,
I don't have. I don't have the thing to read from.
ooh. Well, we should say take this news with a pinch of Derek, and let's go ahead and.
So I saw this. I'm thinking it's an AI printout of
Mhm.
the new VIFP program where they increase the days between where blue is like days 1 through 25, red is 25 through like 75, gold is 75 to 100 and something, and then platinum, then diamond, then double diamond. They'll actually have a double diamond is what they're
Oh,
saying.
that would be magical.
But the double diamond isn't until like day 300. But like I said, this is probably fake news.
Yeah, I'm just looking at recent news from the world's most trusted news source, Yahoo News, and
This
absolutely. And I do
I didn't
not.
even know Yahoo existed.
I
Still,
use Yahoo every day. How else do I keep up with the Royals? So I do not see anything on VIP, and I would imagine Yahoo would be the first to break that. So I
I'd
do. I
imagine that John Heald would be the first place to actually look at that,
yeah,
but it wasn't. So
yeah, no. I would not trust anything found randomly on the interwebs that John Heald or Christine Duffy or Carnival did not announce. That's the kind of thing that's going to come in an announcement, and because they're going to be doing a bunch of like prep work for the backlash that would be coming on any change, positive and or negative. So,
especially if it includes like changing the amount of days before you change colors, or if
mhm.
you're right at the ass end of you know, and you just
Anything,
changed.
that's a
You
bad end to be on.
I
Yeah.
don't want to ever be on the ass end of anything.
Well,
Yeah.
see, like I barely have enough days for platinum right now,
Hmm.
and you know,
But you have enough, and that's all that counts.
unless they change the amount of days, and then I won't.
Were either of you cruising back when the system was based on the number of cruises, not the number of days?
Yeah,
Because that's
that's
how it
what
was
It was.
when I started, and it was like, oh,
that.
you just like you need 10 to get to the whoop-de-doo level. Uh,
Yeah, I went on my first cruise. My first two cruises, it was like I was blue, and then I was gold. It was like,
right.
and then like then they went to the blue, red, gold, and stuff like that. So,
That was such a kerfluffle. I remember there was I
yeah,
mean, not like riots in the street, but People were, I'm going to take my business to Royal.
I think people burned down ships whenever that happened.
That's actually what happened to Splendor.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
yeah, that was the smoke on
Real,
water cruise where
real.
John Hill got popular.
Yeah, it was all because of that. But yeah, these changes are hard. We lost status with that. I was like, hey, I
Yeah,
don't like this.
of course, Trevor he never dealt with that.
Never, never.
So
So
It's because you're
yeah,
so
that was
young.
so young and beautiful. So what
I
keeps me young is playing Far Cry 3. And this, he's on an island. So that's cool. I'm gonna be like it's almost like cruising. So cool.
You need help.
I need help. You know who else needs help? The Romans. The Romans need help. This is Total War. Roman Empire. Total War.
They don't need our help anymore. That's a done deal, my friend.
I mean
Ah,
they're a dead
they can come
civilization.
back.
They're a dead civilization. I
They
mean,
can come
You're gonna,
back.
you're gonna
You
bring Rome
never know.
back.
Yeah, like, hey, Jules, we could do this again. He's still around, right?
bringing Rome back is like me saying I'm bringing sexy back. I mean,
You are. That's amazing. So, anyways, man, we've got the 33 minutes. I'd like to applaud you, 30. Are you too? Sorry.
well, you help. I mean, they
Wow.
talked about cruising. I mean,
I think we've done a fair amount of cruise talk. Did we get any responses? I posted today very smartly. I posted, and as we've been doing a think tank, and this is what I had so far. 9 ways platinums are best, and number one was in all ways. So we couldn't come up with nine because, well, in every way, platinum is best. But I posted that on our Facebook thing. If you search for Carnival Cruising Podcastaways on Facebook, there's a group. Join the group. The other one I haven't touched in years, but I was going to see if anyone had posted because I was asking for any other ideas.
Well,
So,
so there's a series of GIFs. Is it GIFs or GIFs? I always
gifts.
just say good GIFs because I just try to have a little bit of both. But there's a series of those. And then we
mhm.
have um, Jane says, can we talk about Trevor's shirt and why he has all the buttons buttoned? Because that's just wrong,
It
especially
is
for
wrong.
someone platinum.
Okay, so I was actually getting ready for work, and I had to go to a very important meeting today, and but with a group of people that doesn't really like the organization that I work for, and I was like, do I go top button or do I not? Do I
The
top
top
button
button
or
will
do I
show them.
not?
They'll show them what upstand.
And it's like I wore it for a while, and I actually didn't even wear that shirt today, which is hilarious. So I went and changed. So I was like, this is not going to work, and I was like, this other shirt will work. So I don't
Now that
know.
it's been pointed out to me, it does look like your shirt is trying to choke you.
Yeah, yeah, my shirt today. Look at this beer.
Beer.
Oh
So
God.
this is my favorite shirt, and guess what? This one's brand new. I got a second one, so I have two of these shirts.
You can rotate them out.
I can, but you'll know which one's which because I bought a second one because I got a bleach stain on the other. So a bleach spot, I guess you would say. Is that a stain or do you think it's a spot? Let's talk about that.
It's a stain.
So let's actually talk about how Megan, my wife, did the laundry and then my clothes came out with a bleach spot. Okay. And then she proceeds to tell me that it's not because of her detergent, but detergent says it has bleach. So am I wrong? Like
Why
the
weren't you
bleach
doing your own
didn't
laundry?
magically Well, she does the laundry, okay? I do the dishes. That's how we are still married.
Okay. I'm not going to get into your business.
Yeah. So I
That-
don't go in her domain. She does not come into my domain. So all the
Mm.
dishes are done, all the laundry is done. So
Okay.
but look, I'm just gonna say she's never pulled a dish out and go, the color's gone off of this dish.
She will now.
She will now.
Trevor,
Oh,
whenever she leaves you, my door's closed.
whatever. I'll be showing up and be like, let me in.
You can go live with Tyler.
No, come on, let me in. Oh, it's really funny. It smells in his house. So we're neat freaks over here. He's not. Oh, anyways,
Hmm.
I don't know. That was cruising related, I think. Hey, also another good cruise hack. So I have recently I was on this Alaskan cruise in Alaska,
Really?
and
When were we on
yeah,
the Alaskan cruise?
that was just a couple weeks ago. So this is really interesting. So because of my platinum benefits, I'm able to get laundry done. And so we didn't take nearly as much clothes as we normally would when we were like other levels. And so this time we took like all this, not a ton. So I actually planned this out. We got our laundry done at the end of the cruise, and because they fold it all really nice and they put it back in the bag, and I just took those bags and stuffed them in my suitcase, and that was like the bulk of my laundry, like that was in like one giant suitcase. Then like fit almost all of it was in like one side of the suitcase, like it took up half the room that it did when I packed it. So they pretty much packed for me. So I'm just gonna say I got home, and that's when I ripped open the paper bag and got all my clothes out. Although I probably, in hindsight, I probably should have checked that all my clothes were there. But other than that, it was good.
Well, yeah,
So
you should really do that. I mean,
yeah, if they want to keep my clothes, that's fine. I understand I have nice clothes, as you could see from the post on Facebook, top button or not. So I don't know. But it's a good tip.
so okay, Trevor, you know my friend Autumn, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
She was in Cozumel yesterday. Went on an excursion to the
Mm-hmm.
Mayan ruins. You've been on that excursion,
Yeah, yeah,
and her bus broke down on the way back.
yeah. Ooh, did she
So
book it
she,
through Carnival?
probably because they were the last people on.
Okay, yeah.
So I invited her on the show whenever she gets back to
Okay,
talk about
cool.
that experience of
That's crazy.
what it was like to have them have to replace the bus. So,
Oh, the bus incident. That would be fun. Now, I will say those Mayan ruins trips, they're always so far away that you're already like running the risk of being the last ones to get on the boat, because the very first time I went on, it was almost like we were pier runners, but we weren't,
yeah,
because and everyone was shouting at us like, run, it's like, no, I'm not
which
running.
I'm happy that you went on that excursion because
Yes.
that was the time that I made a mermaid scream. But
Yes, yes. And I don't know, that was an experience, because I was like, I'm not a I refused to acknowledge that I was a pier runner, because I was in no danger of that ship leaving. So I was gonna take my time walking.
I
But
can honestly say that I've never been a pier runner. You
yeah.
know, I've yelled at pier runners. I
Hmm.
love doing that. That's fun. Yeah.
Yes. Jen, what's your
especially.
take on pier runners?
What's my take on pier runners?
Yes.
Oh, we love it. We if our room faces the pier, then we sit out on the balcony and like wait. Otherwise, we go hang out on the Lido and
Yes.
watch, especially Cozumel because that's got that long. Oh,
Hmm.
it's got the longest pier.
Yeah.
One
I
of my
love
most
it.
popular videos on YouTube I ever posted was pier runners. That was just it. People running down a pier and that I happened to get from a balcony. So,
Hmm. We had a situation where our excursion came back late in Puerto Vallarta, and it was a carnival excursion, so they didn't leave us behind. But the verbal abuse you
yes.
take. So now I figure it's just like part of the
Hmm.
experience, and I gladly get.
Well,
Although
Yeah.
I'm
see,
encouraging, I'm like, you can do it.
Hmm.
see, I have never ever been a pier runner because I know that if I came on late, I would end up missing the ship, especially in Cozumel, because I'm fat and slow. You know.
Well, you haven't been one that you know of because we've gotten back to the ship from Cozumel without much memory of getting back to the ship from Mr. Sancho's.
I still wouldn't have made it. I mean,
uh,
I do know that I woke up before dinner.
yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, getting back on the ship in Cos. There's always that one guy.
hmm
That one
Oh,
guy, and he's not okay. Are you saying that you're usually that guy?
Well, I'm not.
I'm not either. No.
Okay, sometimes. Sometimes I
I
might be that
mean, I
guy.
mean, I wasn't the one texting his best friend from Three Amigos. You
yeah.
know, saying that he didn't complete the mission because he had too many cervezas.
hmm Por favor. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. No. I don't know who you're talking about, but that's crazy. I'm a mission completer, by the way. I'm the
After
only
three
one that
times,
has. I'm the only one that's completed the mission, and I will say that, you know what, third time was a charm, and I do feel like, you know, we're always going to be back in Cozumel. I mean, like, you know,
I
it's
don't
gonna
know.
happen,
It depends on if the new tax is really going to be $40.
dude.
I
That's
think
gonna
it's
be nuts.
$5.
$5 for now, but it's supposed to go up over the next 3 years to about, I believe it's like $20 or $30.
Oh, we'll see about that. That's awfully
Yeah.
high.
Yeah, those things. It's always, I don't know. It seems like things kind of work themselves out. So we'll see. I know that the Bahamas was trying to raise a bunch, and I know Carnival and Royal were able to avoid some of that, for, at least for a while. I don't know if they still are, but you know, then now we've got all the different private things that you can do in the Bahamas, which I don't know if all those fees still tack on or not, but
Yeah, Hawaii just instituted a 11% tax on cruise ships.
yeah. But I feel like if you're going to Hawaii, you know, that's, you know,
I feel
whatever.
like,
Prepare to pay a
Prepare.
I feel
I feel
like
less bad for
being as
you.
Jen is going on her big milestone birthday, I think, you know, she should expect high prices.
Oh, well, that's a ways off. So yeah, I imagine prices will be more
I mean, you know,
in
you're gonna
2026
you know, that's next year. I
or
mean,
2027. Yeah.
See, it's a
I thought that was gonna be next year that you were gonna be.
Okay, so here's the deal. In January of 2026, we sailed to Hawaii, And then in December of 2026, we'll do a New Year's Eve cruise, um, Los Angeles to Fort Lauderdale by way of Panama Canal. So that's that's the miles. That's the biggie. That's
Okay.
and I booked that
That's
far
cool.
enough out that I don't have to financially think about it for a
Yes.
while. Although,
Oh,
the fun thing about booking stuff that's that far out is they canceled it
oh
because they
yeah.
redeployed the ship somewhere else. I was like, hey, what happened to my trip? I had to book a I mean, same itinerary, different ship, different
Well, that's what you
different
get
date.
for cruising Princess now. I mean,
Oh my gosh, there is so much princess drama happening. We
Oh
might
my
need to have
God.
a princess podcast away because they changed up
Ooh.
their drink package.
Oh,
ooh, I think this is a topic for next week.
I can save it
that's
for next week because the people, and when I say the people, I mean me, are outraged. Because
oh, that's
as
funny.
usual, we can't have nice things because someone always comes along and ruins it. Mm-mm.
Of
Yeah.
course, of course.
Womp womp.
Oh, I did spend a lot of recently. I was on this Alaskan cruise, and
Were
I
you?
I was,
Are you
so,
sure? I think you.
was.
I don't think you mentioned that.
Yeah, I know. I try to keep it low key, but so I did spend a lot of the cruise going. Man, I really wish there was this mid tier drinking pass that would cover coffee and energy drinks. That's all I want. Like, just cover those things.
Energy drinks
Something
will make your heart explode.
I know, but I'm just saying, with as much coffee and stuff that I go through, I just was like, man, I didn't get the alcohol pass, so I only drank one drink the whole time, which
Fancy
broke my
coffee
rules.
person? Can you just not do?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
I'm fancy coffee.
you're
I
not a
can't.
drip guy.
No, no. I gotta
Oh.
have to like chocolate added. I have chocolate coffee. That's the technical term. So
I only
chocolate
like
chocolate
milkshakes with
peanut.
coffee in them.
I I have to call my chocolate milk a cold hot chocolate.
I don't get it cold.
So it's you like mochas.
Yeah, yeah. I think they call it a mochaccino on the cruise. That's what I like.
You can get
So
a mochaccino or a mocha latte. It just depends on how much milk they put in it.
yeah, don't know, don't care. It tastes good, and I love it. So my biggest choice I had to make all week was white chocolate or dark chocolate.
Always
So
dark chocolate.
I went white a few times, and I enjoyed it. So there you
White
There's
go.
no
chocolate's disgusting.
there's no milk chocolate option.
I mean, like it's like milk chocolate, but yeah, it is of the darker variety, I believe. I believe. I don't know. I don't know these things.
I found something the other day. It's not
Good
Oh
cruise
for
boy!
you.
related. It's not cruise related, but
But hey, this podcast is only burgers related.
I don't care. We're talking chocolate right now. I found Hershey's special dark chocolate syrup.
Ooh.
Yes. Eh, It's a game changer in the chocolate milk industry.
Do you like dark chocolate?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not a big fan, but Megan loves it.
I
So
love dark chocolate.
what? Megan likes Dove dark chocolate.
Oh.
Yeah. I like Dove soaps. Who knew a soap company and a chocolate company could be the same thing? Crazy. So
Don't get
don't get
those
them
two
mixed up.
confused.
Love it.
Don't put those little Dove candies in your bathroom like a fancy hand soap.
That needs to be a thing. That needs to be a total thing. Like, oh man, my soap looks like chocolate. Smells like chocolate.
Yum yum yum
This
yum yum.
white chocolate is kind of clean tasting.
Mm.
Oh, it's truly
Ew.
funny. Yeah, gross. Oh, well, anyways, I don't have anything else to add to this
I don't
show.
either.
We were about 50-50 cruise topics. There you go.
Hmm.
So
I don't know. There was a lot of dead air there, so yeah.
there was a whole like 6 seconds. Ah, it's terrible. Let's add to it.
Say it, the table.
What? Stop. No. Anyways, just know that you're unique, you're special, and you are loved.
Everything you do on whatever on the ship stays on YouTube. Yeah. Bye.
There's good ships and wood ships and ships that sail the sea, but the best ships are friendships, even with you weirdos.
And championships.
Toodaloo.
Trevor was on a cruise.
Oh yeah,
Was
that's like
he?
a week ago.